Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com. Another quick weekly news recap of all major MMO news. And that's the week ending September 23rd, 2019. This is episode number 218 of the recap, and the first of news this week comes from GameGo regarding ArcheAge Unchained and regular old ArcheAge. Remember last week when we said Unchained was launching on September 30th? Unfortunately, that got pushed back to October 15th. It's not a huge delay, so it's not that big of a deal. In other ArcheAge news, the game is actually launching a September 30th update titled Shadows Revealed, which will be enhancing the game's graphics both for the free-to-play version and the Unchained version that's going to be launching on October 15th. While the graphical update isn't an enormous improvement, the incremental updates do help keep the game looking fresh and modern. So yeah, new graphics launching on September 30th, and ArcheAge Unchained launching on October 15th. Next, some pretty interesting stats from Riot Games on League of Legends. Despite being 10 years old, League of Legends is still huge, and it's still huge despite people saying the game is dead. In fact, Riot Games released some official stats for the player base for the first time in years. According to Riot Games, the game hits a daily peak current player base of 8 million players daily, which is enormous. Just to put that number into context, League of Legends has more active players at any given time than the 10 biggest games on Steam combined. Just to give you guys some more context, Fortnite, on the other hand, peaks at about 8.3 million concurrent users across all platforms. Generally, but keep in mind, Fortnite is available on PC, console, and mobile, so that's 8.3 million on all platforms, while League of Legends gets 8 million on just PC, which makes League of Legends the single biggest PC game in the world. So there you go, guys. It's official player base numbers from Riot Games, and again, the first time they released player base data in a few years, and this stat came out in late 2019, so League of Legends definitely isn't dead. Up next, Astellia officially began its early access this week on September 20th, with the official launch happening for everyone on September 27th. Keep in mind, though, Astellia is buy to play and available for $40, and those that want to try the game without paying the full $40 upfront can do so with the game's $10 a month subscription to try the game. Paying $10 for 1 month is cheaper than paying $40 upfront, and if you like the game after 1 month, you can always buy the game for a one-time price of $40. It's an interesting option, and I would have preferred them to do a free trial instead, but this is still better than nothing. So yeah, Astellia's official launch coming on September 27th. Anyone who pre-orders the game can begin playing right away. Next up, World of Warcraft is launching patch 8.2.5 tomorrow on September 24th, and with it comes a new party sync system that allows players of any level to party together and complete quests together, and even do repeat quests with friends, even if they did it previously. Now, the goal, of course, of the system is to encourage players to play together with friends. And besides party sync, 8.2.5 also brings with it WoW's 15th anniversary event, the conclusion of the war campaign, updated Worgen and Goblin models, the new B-Mount, the new Firelands time walking raid, and more. This is all for retail World of Warcraft, of course. With WoW Classic, it's still quite busy on its own. The servers still have queues on them, which is pretty crazy. Up next, Warframe's Saint of Ultra update launched on the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch this last week after being available on the PC already. Saint of Ultra features like new guitar emote, as well as the ability for players to record and play their own songs in-game. While it may seem like a silly little detail, stuff like this makes MMOs and online games feel more alive, and I do really like features like this. The update also adds a 41st Warframe to the game named Gauss, and Warframe is still one of the most popular Western-developed free-to-play games in the world, regularly sitting on the top 10 on Steam. Next up, the Bound by Blood prologue chapter is officially live in Guild Wars 2, and it begins the Ice Brood Saga, the next big storytelling series and chapters in the game. Anyone who owns the latest expansion, Path of Fire, gets access to the new content for free. Players can expect a new storyline, the new Grothmar Valley map, and the new Strike mission system, which are epic 10-player missions that pits players against challenging bosses. So basically 10 players versus 1 boss in an arena, so kind of like the Savage Rage in Final Fantasy XIV. And speaking about Final Fantasy XIV, we have a preview for the upcoming 5.1 update, which was revealed in the latest live letter, producer letter series. Square Enix talked about the new content in the upcoming 5.1 patch, which will include the Nier Automata crossover event with Dark Apocalypse Raid. Patch 5.1 itself is titled Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty, and is set to release in late October. There isn't any videos of the new dungeons just yet, but they did release the new awesome music, which you can see and hear in the background right now. The new raid will also be similar to other Alliance raids in that they're designed for 24 players, and of course, a collaboration event included Yoko Taro, the guy best known for Nier Automata. And they actually also specifically said that you didn't have to play Nier in the past to enjoy the new raids, but I imagine anyone that did will get more out of it. 5.1 will also include some new class balance changes, an increased level cap of 60 for blue mages, PvP changes, a new gate in the gold saucer, a new game launcher, and a new game plus feature that lets players replay some of the story quests and other goodies in the game. They're also adding a fellowship system which will work as a cross-world social hub with up to 1,000 players in a single area, which I think is awesome. I haven't played too much Final Fantasy XIV myself since completing all the raids previously, but I'm looking forward to playing 5.1 when it launches later in October. Next up, PlanetSide Arena officially launched this last week to early access on Steam as a free-to-play title. A quick refresher though, this is basically the same exact game as PlanetSide 2, but cut up into just an arena shooter. So it's PlanetSide 2 without the persistent world territory control elements. It builds itself as a class-based arena shooter, so expect the typical game modes like Capture the Flag and Deathmatch. I do remember them saying they want to make a Battle Royale mode eventually, which would be pretty cool if they can fit a lot of players in there. The game launched with mixed reviews so far on Steam and averages 788 players or so online at a given time, which isn't bad, but it's not good either for a newly launched title. Our next and last bit of news this week comes from Soulworker. The anime action MMORPG introduced Chi Arul this last week, a katana-wielding waifu, the newest character in the game. And to celebrate the occasion, players who create the new character get a bunch of in-game goodies for free. Those that haven't heard of Soulworker in the past, it's an instance dungeon persistent hub style game similar to games like Dungeon Fighter Online and Vindictus. The patch that added the Chi Arul, the newest character, also made some changes to enchantments, and the game's pacing for main story quests grant more experience now to make leveling a little bit easier. Anyway guys, that's it for my news today. I'll probably see you guys next week.